And thousands of people tonight will unite against crime.
It's going to give people a chance to bond with their local police officers. And News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy joins us live from the Midtown Precinct this morning. We're talking about National Night Out.
Yeah, good morning to you, Amy and Steve. You know, 500 more communities have signed up to be a part of this year over last year, so it's going to be huge, especially in light of some of the recent police-involved shootings we've heard about in the last month, and then, of course, those 8 officers who lost their lives in the line of duty in Dallas and in Baton Rouge. And tonight in Nashville, it's all about promoting and improving police-community relations. Here's some video from last year's. It starts off with a big block party. There's a cookout, a forum, visits from police officers. 13 different national public housing developments are going to be hosting National Night Out events tonight. Some of them are even going to have some back-to-school bashes as kids get ready to go back to school this week. The goal is to increase crime prevention awareness, increase neighborhood support and anti-crime efforts, and build relationships with the police who patrol all these neighborhoods. It's free. You just have to show up. Murfreesboro, some other communities are also hosting events this evening, most of them between the hours of 5 and 8, but double check because it varies by community. And in Laverne, the police are taking on the firefighters in an annual softball match. Should be good. Reporting live this morning from Midtown Hills Precinct, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.
All right, Dan, thank you. New this morning, a Kentucky firefighter has lost his home after a blaze ripped through the house. The Kentucky New Era reports it happened early yesterday morning on Crofton-Dawson Road, which is in Christian County. Now, by the time fire crews arrived, flames were already shooting out the roof. The homeowner and his family, thankfully, were not at home at the time. Look at that. Look at the fire just raging through. Investigators are working to figure out what sparked that blaze. Now, back here in Nashville, 2 people are recovering from a small grease explosion at a popular restaurant. That's according to the Tennessean. First responders were called to Merchants on Broadway last night. It's a little after 10. And this is a view from our Skycam last night. Both people are expected to be all right. The restaurant has not reported any damage to the building. And a fire truck has overturned in Williamson County, and it caused a huge road closure.
Yeah, big time. This is a 2-lane road. This is Highway 96. The driver of the fire truck, luckily, is going to be all right. He was slightly hurt, though. Highway 96 in Arrington. If you travel that road between Franklin and Murfreesboro, you know it is a narrow 2-lane stretch. THP says the driver, Bradley Kessler, ran off the road with that big fire truck during that rainstorm last night. It's not clear if the truck was on its way to a fire at the time of that crash. But again, he's slightly injured. He'll be all right. All right, check out this incredible video of a car fire at a local McDonald's. Thanks to Michael Roach, who captured this on his cell phone and posted it on Facebook. The vehicle burst into flames yesterday afternoon while at the window of the McDonald's on Gallatin Road up in Inglewood. Can you imagine working the window at the McDonald's and suddenly you're looking out? Okay, it'll be a little while. Fire officials tell us no one was hurt. The drive-through window and the awning were damaged, obviously.
A 61-year-old ex-con is back behind bars accused of robbing a bank and then using a bike to get away. A bike. Police tell us William Green robbed Simmons First National Bank on West End yesterday after getting the cash. Investigators say police and a canine officer spotted him on his bike about a mile away, and he surrendered. Green was already on federal probation for a 2012 bank robbery. And a Clarksville man accused of child rape is facing formal charges. Roger Christie faces 10 counts on charges he had sexual contact with 3 different children. Those crimes allegedly happened between January of 2013 and August of 2014.
A Bellevue woman has died after a car crashed into her home. This was our breaking news. You'll remember yesterday morning that Dan Kennedy was covering for us. We now know the victim's identity. Bobby LaFollette was the woman killed in that crash. Police say the driver who plowed into her home while she was sleeping is identified as Michael Harris. He fled the scene. He was drunk at the time of the crash. Police say he's now facing vehicular homicide charges in that crash. An East Tennessee man is hit and killed while mowing his lawn, of all things. Officers say that Doris Hurst drove into Roger Lawson in the Knoxville area while he was mowing his yard. Lawson died from those injuries. Hurst is facing several charges this morning.
The Attorney General of Kentucky is warning people about a phone scam. State Attorney General Andy Beshear says the caller is requesting donations to help officers and families of law enforcement. Well, the caller asked for payments from prepaid cards or wire transfers. If you receive a call like this, call the Federal Trade Commission.
A racially charged photograph at the very center of a controversy in the District 1 Metro Council seat race. It is doctored, there you see it, to show the candidate, Nick Leonardo, standing in front of 4 individuals in blackface theater makeup. Another candidate, William Bug Mason, confirmed that one of his campaign staffers posted the photo on Facebook. Mason tells us as soon as he heard about it, he told that volunteer to take it down. Leonardo, however, fears that picture will only further divide the voters.
I thought that was a bold and hurtful move for a paid campaign staffer, and I think that it's a slap in the face to all of those who have fought so hard for social injustice in the past.
Now, the man who posted that photo says he did create it, and the Mason campaign, he says, did not know about it. Reuben Dockery is also running for the District 1 seat. Voters head to the polls, by the way, on Thursday. And, of course, you know Nick Leonardo is a legal analyst for News Channel 5.
This morning, experts are warning Middle Tennessee travelers to beware of the Zika virus while traveling to Florida.
If you're planning a flight to Miami, make sure that you use an awful lot of insect repellent from the moment that you land. And if you're pregnant, I think you ought to heed the CDC's travel advisory. Reconsider that trip right now.
The CDC issued the unprecedented travel warning yesterday, telling pregnant women and their partners to stay away from the Miami area. 14 people are now known to have the virus in Florida. Dr. William Schaffner at Vanderbilt tells us that women's bodies clear the virus in about a week. However, men carry it for several months. Zika can cause severe birth defects and is primarily transferred through mosquito bites. Last month, 2 Nashville residents tested positive after returning home from Honduras.